welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to a full Barça News Roundup. And doesn't that sound good here? I am back from holiday and I am ready to go again. And we're still going to be mixing things up over these coming weeks in the transfer window because I do feel as though the shorter videos, they can be useful when things are changing so quickly and there's so many twists and turns. But no matter what, we are going to be here together in such a crucial transfer window with all of the latest news that continues today. With a full update from me, I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. And so without further ado, let's get in to today's news. Now today is an extra special video for more than one reason, because today's video is also coming your way courtesy of Manscaped, who are here to keep you in tip-top condition this summer. Whether you're getting ready right now to go on holiday yourself, maybe you're packing your suitcases, you're getting excited, you want to be looking good and feeling good, and even if you are relaxing at home with family or friends, you want to be feeling fresh, and Manscaped is going to keep you looking trim in the sunshine. And as you can see right here, the Performance Package 4.0, that's going to arm you with all of the body grooming tools you could possibly need there, including the Lawnmower 4.0, the Crop Preserver, the Crop Reviver, and the new and improved Weed Whacker 2.0. Now, if you head over right now to manscaped.com, you can get speedy delivery wherever you are in the world. And if you use the code TalkFCB at checkout, you will bag yourself 20% off today. And a big thank you here to Manscaped for helping enormously with the videos and to really help keep videos just like this one coming your way. Thank you as well for all of your support today, because if we move on to that all-important transfer news, and let's start with Marcelo Brozovic, because this right here is the latest saga of the transfer window for Barca. There have been so many twists and turns over the past few days when it comes to Brozovic, and it's been kind of hard to work out if Barca were ever really in the race. Have they ever realistically been in the position to sign him this summer? Now, the big problem for Barca is that we weren't able, and we're still not able, to make any proper guarantees to Brozovic there, who reportedly gave us a few days to make an offer before deciding on his future. But even then, we wouldn't have been able to get anywhere near the kind of wages that were on offer in Saudi Arabia. And it has been reported now by Fabrizio Romano that Brozovic has accepted the terms from Al Nassr, and the total wage package there, including the salary and signing bonuses, is said to be worth 100 million over 3 years. That is a huge deal there, and Fabrizio has given it the here we go treatment, although we have heard a few rumours this morning that Al Nassr may be trying now to pay Inter a bit less. They'd agreed on 23 million, now they're trying to pay around 15. Apparently there may be a few bumps still in the road on this one, but I do feel as though now Barca, regardless of what may be happening, they're looking at other targets. They have really kind of ruled out Brozovic this stage, who seems to have agreed that move to Saudi, which means that right now we do have to look at those other pivot targets. Now, on Dani Parejo seemed to be gathering real momentum just a few days ago. That right now at least appears to have cooled that interest from Barca, because although Xavi is a big fan of his profile and the kind of player that Dani Parejo is, there's plenty of people within the club who have real doubts about him, and especially the age, the part of his career that Parejo is in. And it was reported there that he would want a guaranteed 2-year deal if he was going to sign for Barca, which would have taken him up to his 36th birthday. And that means right now, guys, that all eyes appear to be turning towards Girona's Oriol Romeu. Barca have been looking very closely at his situation. It's also been reported there by Gerard Romero that Barca have actually already spoken with Romeu's agent, and that the player would absolutely love to return to the club that he left in 2011. Now, the next step would be speaking to Girona directly, because Barca don't really want to pay Oriol Romeu's full release clause, which stands there at around 10 million euros. Barca would ideally like to pay half of that, but that won't be easy, because Romeu right now is under contract there until 2025. And here's the thing right now, guys, and I'm going to be completely honest with you on two things about this pivot situation, because having seen us now go through a whole list of players, a huge amount of players already in this window, it's been so tough for us in this pivot position, especially given our financial situation and the kind of player that we need. I understand, number one, why Xavi wanted Busquets to continue for one more season, why ultimately there he just wanted Busquets to stay one more year to buy us some time. Because the players that we're being linked to right now, some of them, they are not an upgrade on a 34-year-old Busquets, and that is a fact right now. But the second thing that I would say here today is, given how the quality of our targets seem to be going down, and actually in the wrong direction, the players here, the quality is getting worse, at what point should we start talking about Nico Gonzalez as a potential option? Let me just throw that out there right now, because I know that he had a tough loan at Valencia last season, and that hasn't helped him. That's not helped his situation. That's not helped his case there. But I think if you put any player at Valencia last season, the turmoil they were in, it was going to be tough for anyone. And before that loan, he was showing some promise there. He did look like he had the quality to play as a double pivot as well. He's only 21 years old, and the crucial part, he's right here. He's free. He doesn't cost us anything, and I just don't really know here why Barca seem this summer so keen to go out, spend money right now on anyone, add wages to the group, when we could at least try to look from within. Nico is not a terrible player. He is no worse than some of the players right now that we are being linked to, and I'm just wondering right now, guys, do you think that Nico should be in the conversation? Should we be at least trying to think about him, when right now in the pivot area, we are really struggling. But if we do move back in the field for a moment to talk about another area that we are trying to reinforce this summer, we spoke recently on More Talk FCB about our right-back situation, which hasn't really been at the forefront of Barca's minds so far in this transfer window, but that may just be about to change, because apparently there, we are on the verge of making a proper move for Real Valladolid's 18-year-old right-back, Ivan Fresneda. It is looking more and more likely at this point, because Deco is really pushing for it within the club. Deco has gained such power and influence this summer. He really has. We're going to see that in a minute with Arda Guler. And apparently on Fresneda, Barca will make an official offer in the coming days, although it is being said here, much like in the same way of Oriol Romeu, we don't want to pay the full clause. 20 million is what it would take to pay Fresneda's release clause, but Barca again want to come in below that, potentially significantly below that. So we're going to have to wait and see what Barca offer Valladolid, who've now been relegated from La Liga, and what we're able to put on the table for the right back. And I also wanted to give you an update here, guys, on a player we have actually agreed to sign. Another defender, Inigo Martinez. We know that he's going to sign for Barca on a free transfer this summer from Athletic Club, but I think many of us have been wondering, when are we going to get that announced, especially given that we already announced Gundogan, who's coming in on a very similar type deal there, a free transfer. We already know about him, so where is the Inigo Martinez announcement? But the answer to that right now mainly revolves around Athletic Club. They apparently made it very clear they did not want any move to be made official before his contract officially runs out with them, which is going to happen there on the 1st of July. So that is something right now that is on the very verge of happening. Inigo is going to be a Barca player, and we do not have long left to wait for the announcement. But let's indeed now talk about Arda Guler, the 18-year-old Turkish talent there who Barca are heavily interested in this summer, and we know he's got an incredibly cheap release clause there, just 17.5 million at Fenerbahce. And what has become very obvious is that Barca can't do this deal this summer. They cannot bring in Güler now for two reasons. Number one, from a sporting point of view, in terms of playing time for him, and also financially. We will not be able to do this deal now. What they're working on, though, is a deal for next year. That would mean right now that Güler would stay at Fenerbahce for one more year until 2024, which Fenerbahce would be more than happy with. And that is actually something I feel that could be really useful for this 18-year-old's development. You know, you want him to be playing regular football, as he has been in Turkey, growing, improving, playing at a good level. That is what you'd want to have there for him, and that is a deal right now that is very much progressing. Joan Laporta actually confirmed just yesterday that Deco travelled to Turkey on Thursday to close the deal for Arda Guler, and Laporta did also make it very clear that La Liga do allow us to work on deals for next year. That is something that we're allowed to do. That is something the club know that they're able to do in this transfer window. And Barca right now are said to be in pole position. You know, Güler's taken some convincing on waiting that one more year before making that big move, but I'm sure the Barca have said to him, look, in the overall picture of your career, this could be really useful to stay there for one more year, to stay in Turkey, keep growing, keep developing. And I think it would be an incredibly exciting deal there. 17.5 million. It's a market opportunity. It is a wonderful chance there if Barca can be the ones to capitalise on that kind of low clause. And if he joined immediately, we know that he's a right winger. We know that he's most comfortable in that area. He's got Dembele, Rafinha, Ferran already in that area. But when you look forward to 2024, that might not be the case. We don't know who's going to still be at the club then. We don't know what kind of change we might have seen in the squad, and I feel like he'd be much more prepared joining the club one more year down the line. So let's wait and see now if Barca can get it done, and if Deco, and we've got to say about Deco right now, he is really putting his stamp on this transfer window. The work that he's getting through, the quality of his work so far, it has been absolutely second to none. So that there, guys, is exactly what is happening right now on the Barca front in the transfer window, and there is so much going on. I think in every single area there, you're looking at defence, you're looking at right back, we got a centre-back coming in Inigo Martinez, and the pivot position continues to be one that troubles us there. Lots of questions in that area, and of course it is the most important signing in Xavi's mind this summer, and we're even right now working on one more forward potentially, but that might not be until 2024. But let me know, guys, in the comments down below your thoughts right now on what Barca are doing. Sales, of course, are still absolutely key. They are the priority every day. We're waiting for news on that. And of course, guys, any updates, anything at all, I will be here with you one way or another as the videos very much continue. Thank you indeed for tuning in today for the big news roundup, and for Manscaped indeed for their help and support on the channel. I'll be seeing all of you soon. It is great to be back at home and ready to continue here with the videos. Thank you again, guys, for all your help. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.